back to Makeup Level Up, where I put video game themed makeup right on my face. And yes, I'm contractually obliged to put my hands up like this whenever I say Makeup Level Up. This week at Eurogamer, we've been super into Resident Evil Village, so I bet you can't guess what look I'm gonna do this week. This week is a little bit different because instead of doing a look that's themed around Resident Evil Village, I'm gonna be replicating Lady Dimitrescu's look because it's iconic, I want to wear it every day, and I like the idea of wearing a big black hat because it's got sunny now, and I'm not into sun because I burn. So that's what we're going to be doing this week. For those of you who somehow don't know who Lady Dimitrescu is, she's one of the 4 lords in Resident Evil Village and is the head of House Dimitrescu. Her and her 3 witchy daughters, Bella, Cassandra and Daniela, live in a huge castle where she dines on blood-enriched wine and strides around the halls hunting Ethan Winters. As the matriarch of the family, she's a force to be reckoned with. So I'm going to channel that big dick energy of hers this week as I replicate her look. So before I get started, Lady Dimitrescu's look is actually, I wouldn't call it simple, but it's definitely not one of the hardest ones I've done on Makeup Level Up so far. It's mainly based around layering eyeshadow to build up this kind of like almost black purple shades that just go into a light pink near the top, and a lot of kohl because she has some amazing eyelashes, so I'm going to try and replicate that by doing kohl instead because I don't have fake eyelashes on me, unfortunately. Let's get started. So the first step, you all know it well by now, is to prep those eyelids. Okay, so eyelids are prepped. Love the fact that my hair covers up the rose that I've so carefully tried to wear today, but that's fine. A little behind the scenes stuff. Right here, I have a very well-timed screenshot on my laptop of Lady Dimitrescu, sucking Ethan Winters' blood out from his wrist, which is lovely, but also it's giving us a great glimpse at what's actually going on her eyelids for her eyeshadow. So you can see that it starts off with this super dark kind of purple black, and then it fades up into a lighter purpley pink color, but it doesn't go all the way up to her eyebrow, which is gonna be interesting because I usually have my eyeshadow go almost all the way up there, so this is a learning experience for all of us here. She also doesn't have on any winged eyeliner, so instead we're gonna try and extend the eyelashes a little bit by using a tiny bit of kohl to kind of bring them out a bit, but not do full cat eye eyeliner, which is gonna be new for me, because that's my favourite thing to do in the entire world. But anyway, let's get started. In case you can't tell, I forgot my normal makeup mirror, so instead I'm using an absolutely massive one, so let's see how this goes. So first I'm gonna get a dark purple colour, and I'm just gonna put it on the bottom of the eyelid. She doesn't actually have it coming out to the sides here at all because she just relies on her amazingly long eyelashes to do that, but I am going to fade it out a tiny bit on the side because Lady Dimitrescu's eyeshadow looks like it's kind of been put on maybe a day or 2 ago, and it's got a little bit like, not sweaty, it's glowing a bit. So I've also got some highlighter that I'm going to use later on to try and give it like a glow rather than iridescent sheen. Now that we've got the darkest purple on the bottom there, I'm going to use a different brush to put on a slightly lighter, almost pink purple above that, and just get it very gently up to about here. So now that that's done, I'm going to do another layer of the dark purple eyeshadow right at the bottom. So that's the base of this one. As you'll notice in the still, it is a lot darker by the eyelash line. So now I'm gonna get out a darker black color that I have. I'm gonna try and build up around the lash line just to fade in. I'm gonna try and get it close to the lash line as possible. And also throw my brushes around. For God's sake. You'd think you needed hand-eye coordination to do makeup, but apparently I completely lack it, so. That's the right kind of shade that I want there, but it doesn't have that sheen that it has in the snapshot when she's lovely drinking blood out of Ethan's wrist. So I have a kind of shimmery glitter dark purple that I'm going to use on it as well. So with that dark purple, I'm going to use my finger. I'm not using my middle finger this time because I've actually learned from the past videos. So I'm going to use this finger and just dab it in that purple and swipe it across the eyelid at the bottom. The eyeshadow is now completely done, so we can tick that off. But if you notice, Lady Dimitrescu has incredibly thick eyelashes, which I'm very jealous of. But seeing as I can't get that look without doing false eyelashes, instead, I'm going to use some kohl to try and cheat my way to that look. So the way we're going to try and replicate those thick lashes is to use kohl on the waterline on the top of our lid. And we're also going to use it a little bit on the bottom too, and then smudge it out to try and give the impression of not only a smoky eye, but also a bit more depth to your lower lashes, because that's what Lady Dimitrescu would want, right? So first off, get the kohl and you're just going to put it on the waterline of your top eyelid. Lady Dimitrescu would not be proud of that. So for me, because I have kind of small eyes, the one downside of doing this on your bottom lid is that it does have a tendency to make your eyes look smaller. You can make your eyes look bigger by using white eyeliner on the insides of your eyes instead. So to balance that out, we're going to try and do some smoky eye underneath just here to make our eyes look bigger. Using a flat brush, I'm going to get that black eyeshadow that I had before, and I'm going to very lightly drag it across my bottom eyelash line to give it a smoky look. And we're going to blend it out at the sides a little bit as well. Now this black isn't as intense as you want it, so I'm going to get the kohl and we're going to do kohl along the actual eyelash line rather than the waterline as well. Like that. She also has her, if you look at her, she's got black on the inside of her eyelid right in this corner here, so using the kohl, you want to almost point it so it's pointing at your eyeball. Once again, I'm really sorry if you're squeamish with eyes, and you want to just nudge it up so that it ends up lining this corner of your eye right here. This week is actually a bit different because instead of doing the usual and having my entire rest of my makeup done, to create a Lady Dimitrescu look, I really want to kind of add some sheen to it and make it look almost otherworldly because she's immortal. And we're going to be doing lipstick, because lipstick, with this time, it's not just something you can put on. You need to layer it up to get it to that dark crimson that she has. So I think we should put on some foundation and then we'll take it from there. So I'll see you in a little bit. So there we go, this is the foundation all done. I haven't done my mascara yet because I wanted to show you that I'm using this special extender, like a primer for eyelashes, and we're going to use this in the hope that it makes our eyelashes a little bit longer because Lady Dimitrescu's eyelashes are glorious. Once again, wish I had false lashes, but I just don't, so we're going to use this instead. Okay, let's see if this works or not. Rather fittingly, the mascara I'm using has a raven wing on it. I know it's not technically a crow, but makes it somewhat Resident Evil Village themed. So the eyelashes are now done. I think that primer did actually work to make them a bit longer, so I'm fairly happy with that. Now we move on to the lipstick. So I've got 3 shades of red lipstick here. I've got a very classic Hollywood shade. I've got one with a bit more blue in it, which is really good for blue undertones. And lastly, I've got a very dark black cherry color. Now, Lady Dimitrescu's lips are interesting. Yes, I've spent a lot of time looking at them for various reasons, but they're kind of a mix of like a classic Hollywood red, but then they go super dark and some lights. So I think the best thing to do is to layer it up with maybe not even using this one because this is a bit too bright, maybe using these 2 lipsticks. We're going to do this one on first, and then we're going to use our finger to dab on the darker one, sorry I use that finger, onto it to make it look a bit more vampy. So first off, I'm just gonna on my lips. It's even better if you have a lip pencil for this because Lady Dom's lips, yep, that's what I'm gonna call her, are very, very finessely lined with a lip liner. They're very clear, they're not smudged at all. So if you have one of them, go ahead and use it, but I don't, so I'm just gonna use this instead. And a good thing to do before you put on lipstick, like any time, is just put on some lip balm. It helps it go on smoother, and it just also helps to take care of your lips underneath it. Really good, especially if the lipstick is matte, because then they won't dry out too much. So that's the lipstick with the blue undertones on. You can see that it's a little bit too bright for this look. So we're gonna get out the darker black cherry lipstick is what it's called. I've obviously done this before because the end of this is like covered in red lipstick. I think literally that one. So I'm just gonna take a quick moment to go and clean it. Okay, the lipstick is all clean now. Be careful if you're wearing a white t-shirt like me because fingers, lipsticks, white don't go together. So I'm just gonna put some of this on my finger. So I'm gonna dab this very gently over my red lipstick to try and make it a bit darker. So here you have it. This is the perfect shade for Lady Dom Dimitrescu. I think we got this pretty perfect. This shade is dark and red and vampy without being too bright or too purple. So I'd say that we got this smack on. The very last thing that I'm gonna do is put on some strobing liquid, otherwise known as highlighter, that's a bit less reflective than the one that I usually use, which is good because I wanna give the skin kind of like an otherworldly sheen, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So first make sure that your fingers don't have any lipstick on them left over from what you just did. And then I'm gonna get glob, which is, yes, a technical term. I'm just gonna pull it on my cheekbones. There we go. So hopefully you can see that when the light hits it, it very gently glimmers and kind of gives this glow, which should kind of go halfway towards having Lady D's alabaster skin, because I didn't want to put actual face paint on during this video because no, that's just not fun for anyone. So I'm gonna do my hair and then we'll have a look at the final look. So here you go. This is the final Lady Dimitrescu look. My hair is slightly more like in the style of her daughter's, but I think this looks great. I genuinely wear this on a night out and channel Lady Dimitrescu's powers, but minus the massive extended nails. So as you can see, the eyeshadow took a lot of layering up to do, as did the lipstick. So this look, although it looks simple, actually has quite a bit that goes into it. And that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed me recreating the Lady Dimitrescu look. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Eurogamer, as every single Saturday there's a brand new episode of Makeup Level Up out, so you can see me recreate even more video game themed makeup. You can also follow us on Instagram at Team Eurogamer to get updates on our daily videos and streams we have coming out, and you can follow me on Twitch at Zoe_Dells because I do loads more makeup stuff on Twitch. So if you're into this, you might be into that too. Now I'm gonna go and actually go out with this makeup because I think it looks sick, so I'll see you next time.